I watched this movie in the drive-ins by myself, so I literally rented this movie throughout the entire film. Because, yeah, this movie is... oh my god, this movie was a pain. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is ICD Movie Reviews. My name is Owen Brinkat. And yes, today I'm going to review the latest fourth installment in this franchise. It's Expendables. Yes, that's what it says on the poster and the trailers, the title. I'm not calling it Expendables 4. I'm going to be calling it what it says in the title. It's Expendables. This movie is the fourth installment in the Expendables franchise. This movie is directed by Scott Wall, and this movie stars Jason Statham, Sylvester Stallone, Megan Fox, 50 Cent, Tony Jaa, Dolph Lundgren, and Iko Uwais. Armed with every weapon they can get their hands on, the Expendables are the world's last line of defense, and a team that gets called when all the other options are off the table. Yep, we have a fourth installment in this series. Do we really need a fourth Expendables movie? Because, honestly, I'm not the hugest fan of the franchise to begin with. The first movie is okay. Absolutely, the second Expendables is the best in the series. It's the movie that is every man's dreams come true. You know, bring all the 80s actors together in this one awesome action movie. And I really liked Expendables 2. I think it's definitely the best in the franchise. But when it comes to Expendables 3, when it goes for the PG-13 rating, it has the actors that we don't even need it, because it's a movie franchise about bringing all these 80s actors in a movie together. And the third one just brings a couple of new and old ones to the table. And of course, Expendables 3 quite sucked. And the PG-13 rating really adds that on why that movie sucked. So now we got a fourth Expendables movie, and it's definitely going back to the R-rated material. But with the cast in the movie, yeah, there's a lot of new actors to the table. We have the return of Jason Statham, Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren. But yeah, that's really about it when it comes to the old stars. And the trailers of the movie does not make me excited for the movie. I honestly know that this movie is going to turn out as bad as it is. And yep, I was right. Expendables completely sucked. I watched this movie in the drive-ins by myself. So I literally rented this movie throughout the entire film. Because, yeah, this movie is... oh my god, this movie was a pain. Okay, there are a couple of good elements of the film. First of all, Sylvester Stallone and Jason Statham. They're likable. They have great screen presence. And I like those actors. Jason Statham is technically the main character in this film. He's the leader of this film that leads the cast together. Sylvester Stallone is barely in this movie. He's only in this movie for 15 minutes. I heard that he doesn't really want to be in this movie because of the new director and the script. So he's barely in this movie, which also takes that away. And the new cast in the movie, they're just completely wasted. Dolph Lundgren is wasted. 50 Cent is wasted. Andy Garcia is wasted in this film. Iko Uwais as the villain is completely wasted. Oh my gosh, Megan Fox is terrible in this movie. She proves to be a very terrible actress. Yes, she is gorgeous in this film. She is attractive in this film. She's great to look at, but it's like it's bringing those distractions down to bring the point that she's actually not a good actress. She's really bad in this movie. So the cast wasn't great in this movie. What about the story? What about the action? The story is very bland. It's a story that we've seen many times before. It's a story that we've seen in a lot of action movies before. The action scenes are also really bad in this movie. There's this car chase scene that has some of the worst green screen and visual effects that I have ever seen this year. Yes, even the visual effects in this movie is awful. With the gunshot scene, the blood spewing out of another guy's face, that looks unbelievably bad. Like, I was literally laughing my ass off of how bad the visuals are and how bad the green screen is. And I cannot believe these actors are doing this movie. Honestly, Jason Statham, this is a bad year for Jason Statham. And that's another problem. With Stallone out of the picture, this is not much of an Expendables movie. This is another generic Jason Statham action movie. With the rest of the cast, they're basically in the background. Like, they have some chances to shine in the film, but they're just completely wasted because they're definitely background characters in this film. There's no character development in this film. This is just a generic, bland action film that was seen many times before. Absolutely, this is the worst film in the franchise, and this is one of the most unnecessary films in this franchise. And I would say throughout this entire year, when I heard they're making it Expendables 4, I'm like, it's going to be terrible. I know it, and my prediction came true. The movie tries to be a fun action film, but with all these distractions and all these flaws, honestly, Expendables is definitely a movie that's a waste of my time this year. And absolutely, this is definitely one of the worst action films that I've seen this entire year. Overall, Expendables is absolutely train wreck. Jason Statham and Sylvester Stallone are the best parts about this movie. The other actors, you know, they tried, but they're just really underdeveloped. Megan Fox is definitely terrible in this movie. The action is terrible. The story is just very bland. At least this movie is short, but that's not really saying much. Honestly, it's a film that we just didn't need this year. We don't need a fourth Expendables movie. It's just very unnecessary. And this film shows that it's just making it for the sake of making it. And it's just a complete waste of time for me. So, Expendables? Yes, I'm still calling it that. I'm not calling it Expendables 4. It doesn't deserve that. It's called what it is. I'm going to give Expendables a D-. It just sounds really funny that I call it Expendables, but that's literally what it says in the title. Sort of like Fan Four Stick or Screforum. So that's what it needs to be called. So guys, that is my review for Expendables or Expendables 4. Let me know what you think of this movie in the comments below. Do you like the movie, hate the movie, or you thought it's okay? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me. And make sure you guys subscribe to my channel for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.